What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Bricks and Toys. And today I am here because V-Dub is in the house. Who remembers those commercials from back in the 2000s? We're going to pimp your auto. Yes, guys, we're doing another Icons vehicle, and this one is special because it's one of the first Icons vehicles to be made after they did a nice good string of creator expert ones. And today's set's going to be the Volkswagen T2 camper van. We have the 2011 T1 with us. We'll get to that here in a second. But this is going to be set number 10279 with 2,207 pieces. And it is a 18 and older set. This set came out in 2021. It retired a little over a year later in December of 2022, and it retailed for about $180 US. This version that I have with a damaged box came from my local Bricks and Minifigs, and it costed, and let me take a look up its hind end. It costed a lot of money. How about that? $225 for this example. I have compared that price to eBay and a lot of other people, and I will say $225 is a little high for the set, but we bought this set a few months ago when we felt like we wanted to support our local businesses. That is always a great thing to do. I'm just being sarcastic because I think it's funny. It's always a good idea to support your local businesses, but sometimes you might need to draw a line. Let's talk about camper vans. So in 2011, with the advanced models, I believe this was the only vehicle advanced models made besides the stud bug in 2008. They released this really awesome, very brickish, but remarkable T1 camper van. I built this, I believe, almost a year ago now, and it's just been one of those that I have enjoyed so much to look at in my collection. It is... I never thought I could like a hippie van all that much, but these hippie vans are something that I really like, even in the real world. And with this, I believe we had the sticker element of the VW. We had these cool pipe elements to make the little, the V shape in the front. I mean, this thing came with curtains in the windows. It has nice opening doors, a kitchenette. It's even got a bed in the back. I mean, this thing was just so freaking cool. It even has a pop-up roof with, again, more fabric for that feature. I mean, for 2011, Lego knocked it out of the park. So I am really curious, 10 years later, in 2021, how they revisited it with the T2. Let's begin this journey by going over the box. So as we go over this box, I do want to point out things that are drastically different in comparison to this model. And then when we come back for the review of the set, we're going to do it once again, comparing size and features compared to 11 to 21. Just looking at this adult packaging, we have its name in like a California themed license plate, Volkswagen T2 camper van with the palm trees. I recognize that because I'm from California. That's really freaking cool. We have VW, official licensed product down here, Lego badge. We have the adult packaging with like a tan color of brick down here at the bottom. A little bit of a purplish haze highlighting the set on this black box. Taking a look at the set itself, we have something that the 2011 doesn't have right off the top, and that is a side build of a surfboard. Now, what's funny about the surfboard is, I think on the Creator Expert 2016 VW Bug, we get a surfboard as well. So I guess Lego decided VWs and surfboards go together, and from that point on, that's what we're going to get every time we get a new Bug or camper van. Another thing that sticks out with this build, it does look like we have printed center caps for the wheels with the VW logo. That looks really clean. We also have a spare tire on the front of this unit. We also have different tire elements on this vehicle itself. The roof opens up in a triangular open shape instead of a block that pops straight up. Judging from how there's 2 windows here, and then bigger windows there, I'm going to automatically assume that this might be in a little bit larger of a scale. I'm not exactly sure yet. We do have a curved window glass on this version of the model. It is really cool that this one does come in blue, where this one comes in red. I think they're going to look really cool next to each other. So that's what I can see just from this part of the box. So on this side, it looks like we may have another little side build of like a chair that sits on top of the roof. The roof is more flat on this model than it is on that model. This front angle really shows that. Let's go look at the other side flap. And we have just the name in different languages, country of origin, and the do not eat it sticker. Looking at the top of the box, here we can see where it's really crushed in. And yes, those are going to be side build chairs. So we get a side build surfboard and chairs with this set. It looks like the door might actually slide open instead of open up like it does on the other one with the 2 doors, like a barn. This one's going to slide open. So that's going to be really cool. We got a 1-to-1 of the wheel. And then taking a look at the bottom, we got the overpriced price tag from Bricks and Minifigs. We have more Legal Eagles and recycling information. Let's get a good look at the back of the box. That's where we're going to see all of our detail. So now we're looking at the back of the box. We can see those chairs popped out. We got that little tent popped out. That looks so much taller than it does on the existing model that we have here. We do have the dimensions of 13.5 inches. And here I have a tape measure. That's 13.5 inches. Looking at the set, that's 1.5 inches longer than our current model. Then it says we got 6 inches tall. That's 6 inches right there. And coming up here, that's about the same. So it may be just as tall, but it's definitely going to be longer. Now let's continue to look at these little pictures. We actually have stickers included to make it look like a love bus. I might leave those off because I don't want all the hippie stuff on my Lego model. Now, in the real world, I might put that on there just for a joke. Continuing down with our pictures here, it does look like that pop-up roof does come off easily, so we can view the inside. The kitchen looks a lot more simpler and more detailed. Again, 10 years of parts differences will do that. Here we get a deeper look into the kitchen. It looks like the back opens up for the engine and the back of the bus. Overall, I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Now, let's come on in and let's unbox this set together. So we need to get our 2011 out of here. Let's put that right on down here. Hopefully I don't knock that off. And then we're going to lay this set flat. I actually want to move this again right over here. Don't break it. There we go. Now it's safe. So this set being a few years old in the box, well, the tape's already broke loose. I hope everything is in the box. I did not verify this set, so we're going to find out the hard way together. So you guys are going to get the first look inside. And it's got a lot of dead space. That's why it crushed so easily. Let's go ahead and let's do the pour, and then I'm going to do a verification of what's in the box while we are here. I'm not going to wait until it's too late. So, doing our pour. There we are. So we have quite a few bags here. I'm going to say we have probably 15 bags total. Let's go ahead and let's count them out. And while I'm counting them out, I'm going to do that verification. Okay, so this is kind of funny, guys. I'm still looking it up to get a picture, but I noticed on my phone, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's me reviewing the T1. That's cool. Now back to work. Okay, so I found a TikTok of everything. Now let's compare and let's see. Okay, so now I got all the bags laid out right here before me. It looks like we have 2 bags of 1. According to this TikTok, we have 2 bags of 1. 2 bags of 2, I got 2. 3 looks to be another 2. 4 looks to be 2. 5 looks to be alone. 6 looks to be with 2 as well. 8 looks to be alone, with 7 to be with 2. 8's with 2 as well. We have 9, and we have 10 and 11. This video sucks. This is why we need to do this, everybody. This is not good. We don't have verification. We also have another bag of the 5 tires. and the windshield with the set. And then we have our books in a bag. Let's go ahead, let's open that up and check out our stickers. So here is our wild sticker sheet with looks to be leaves of orange and green, flowers of yellow and white, love, peace, palm trees, wax, just like we have with the Beetle before this. We got all these groovy squiggly lines. Pretty freaking groovy, literally. Then we have our mandatory sticker sheet of all of our vents and side pieces and our instrument cluster and our chair prints and all of that good stuff right there. And then we have the book itself. We have a QR code because we're post 2019 when they started doing that. And then we're going to have all this lovely information about the vehicle itself. I can't wait to read into all of this. Then at the back of the book, let's see how many steps we have. So it looks like we're going to have a reset for the chairs, making 10 more steps. Okay. Then we're going to have another 7 or 8 steps for the surfboard. And then we're going to have 501 building steps and 317 pages total for this. So that does it for the box review and the unboxing. Let's hope everything is here. I'm going to take some time. I'm going to enjoy this one, and I'm going to enjoy comparing it to the 2011 as I build it to compare them for you guys. So without further ado, here's that review. Okay, well, let's dive into the review of the T2 camper van. It has been 4 very long days, but I'm not saying it took 4 days to build it. I'm going through a lot of personal crap right now, but I just felt like this was the build that just would never end out of all of the builds that I've built. That just felt that way, but this one was the worst. But anyway, let's start the review. I do want to compare it with the 2011 T1, but right now is not a good time. So T1, scoot your ass out of the way, and let's make it all about the T2. Now, I like to start my reviews off with the accoutrements and the side builds. We're going to start off with this surfboard. Really nice dark navy blue color, and it's held up by its own little fin down there. Now that we've looked at a surfboard, well, that can go over here too. We're done with that. We do have 2 options for plates. We have these plates, like a European plate, and we have some California plates. You know me being from California, I went with the California plates. Now we can take the plates and get those the hell out of here too. Stuck to the roof, but not by anything like studs, just in a little cavity up here, are these cool little chairs. These chairs do pop out in a really unique way. See if I can do it with one hand. Yes, I can. And when they come out, you can just pop up a chair. 2 sticker elements on each of these. They're made with a really unique design. Don't want to get too fixated about chairs. They're just chairs. And they fit up there nice and neat, just like that. Now going into the camper van itself, we got the front grille element right there, 2 stickers. License plate sticker. We also have 2 stickers here and here for the front bumper guards. White bumpers on this one as well. We do have the front mounted tire. And one really cool thing to note, if you look over here, I'm going to turn the tire that way, turns the wheels. So we can steer the car by the front tire. That is a really cool touch. Typical light elements used to make the light. And this front windscreen, I didn't fact check it, but it looks like the same one used in the Ecto 1 from the year before that this one came out. Now let's start going down the sides. We have another sticker element right here, but we have printed elements over here. We do have curtains on this one, and I do find the curtain pattern on this one to be a little bit more finer than the other one. Now we do have a party trick on here. And that opens up the door. Before I open up that door, I do want to show you, we do have the printed wheel caps of the VW logo on all of the wheels. Now, let's open up that door. And the door opens up just like that. That is a really, really cool feature. Again, there's a little button right down here. Ba-dow. And there we go. And then we can get a good look on the inside. We'll get more to the inside next. We do have another functioning door right up here that allows us to get into the interior. Pretty simple. Coming around to the rear of the vehicle, we do have the back entryway, which we do have a back seat that can fold down into a bed, just like before. And then we have our other sticker element of our California plate and our 2 bumpers here. We have the red and amber taillight pieces to be expected. This is kind of a hard one to finagle to get open, but once you do, you get in there, you can see our engine And it's kind of hard to see, just like with that one. But we're not going to go to there yet. So that folds in nice and tight. Very tight, actually. We have another sticker element right there. It says Volkswagen. Coming over to this side, well, all we have on this side as far as features is a door. Well, I mean, that's where it's at, right? Let's get that door open. There we go. So here's our door. And we do have a steering wheel. And if you look, it does move, if it focuses right, with the moving of the wheels. So that is all accurate. We have more curtains in the windows and just a lot of tiling. This thing is built really, 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 really weird, everybody. Now let's come up onto the roof, and we do have a little bit of a party trick with the roof, just like with the other one, but this one's a little bit different. The roof does open up like that. This is really hard to get down and stay closed. For you guys who already have this set, you probably already know that. You kind of got to tuck it in and tell it down. And then that is the roof. Let's take a look at the bottom side before we get into this anymore. I just broke off the mirror. That's really great. The engine is made to come out by pulling off this brick right here, well, these two bricks. And then you can just pop the engine out, which I think is really cool. You get a good look at that. Nice little party trick. And that just pops right back in. And as you can see, I'm doing this all with one hand. It's that simple, guys. And then it's just plates and Technic elements. And then you can get a look at the gears that works the steering right there. Now, as you can see, I'm fighting to get that roof to stay down. That's a common occurrence with this one. But if you open up the back hatch here, just like that, you can grab this thing by the behind and pop that whole roof segment out. And there you can see how the roof is all put together. As you would expect, a lot of Technic components. But now with the roof out, we can get in here and play around, everybody. We can see that if we open up our door, move that off to the side, we can come in here. We got a little table to go with our seats, sink, range. There is a propane canister inside of the cabinet that you can't access once you build it. You can open up these doors and get a good look at some stuff inside of the fridge, as well as open up this door. And, oh yeah, there's the propane tank. You can get to it. Okay, that's cool. Just found that out with you guys. Coming on in, angling you guys into the front there. You guys can get a little bit of a look of the front. Gear shift. Dash is not too eventful. Let's pull you back out. We have a random coffee cup. Folding this back down and around, we can come up here, and then we can get our sofa bed laid out flat. And that comes right back down, just like that. To put everything back together, you just slide this, you put this in, slide it, lock it, and it's done. And then I gotta find a way to fold this in a little bit better to try to get that to stay down. Now coming over here and taking a second look at the T1 from last year that I built. We can definitely see there's an upgrade of part usage. We don't need to talk about that. We do have curtains. I kind of like the colors of this one, but I like the more refined lines and the smaller plaid pattern in this one. It's not so picnic-ish, as you could say. Taking a look on the inside, we do have a kitchenette and a full table and chairs in this one, where at this one, you don't really get that. Coming over, you do have a table, but you just have a basic pattern on the floor and one seat. So I do have to give it to advanced models for getting a little bit more in their interiors versus the T2, but maybe that's a generational thing between the two models of these vans. We do also have a pop-up roof on this one, which stays down correctly. And we have a really nice detailed cargo rack where this one is kind of plain in the roof. Overall, I think these two will look really great together. I love the traditional styling of the V-shaped front end on this one, where this one's obtruded by a spare tire, but that's how they did them. So I'm not going to compare any more than really that, because they are just two different animals, two different sizes and everything. Lego came so far in 10 years, and this is the best way to show like how far Lego has came by repeating basically the same type of vehicle 10 years later. I know it's two different generations of camper van, but I mean, come on, guys. We see these two outside and we think that they're the same thing, just facelifted. So now let's go wrap up this video. Wrapping up this video, let's just share a few more really unique points about these two. One thing I forgot to mention between them when I was kind of doing a brief comparison, because I don't want to take all day comparing them when there's really no comparison between the 10 years. No steering and steering. Off-road rugged tires, smooth tires. Much better fitting glass. They made it work with this one. And obviously, like I said, the scale is just phenomenally better on this. Now, the scaling, that's one thing that I wanted to jump in here and just tackle is when I was building this set, I mean, guys, right now, mentally, I'm just going through it. If you watched my July Outlook video, everything's just turmoil in my house. Everything is just all negative and bad. Then my cat got sick, and so it's like I had to go back to my mom. I had to do things with bricks and minifigs to make money to get my cat fixed. I'm going to probably make a video about that. We'll save that for another day. I've just been mentally going through it to the point where I'm feeling physical body pain just from going through it in life. I mean, what else is there to say? And it took me 4 days to build this. I started Sunday, and today is Thursday. And I just finished it, well, right before I started filming the review. It's just been going and going and going. And at some point, it hit my mind. Why does this build go on and never end? Now, mind you, it's an excellent build. It is a wonderful build. I love this build. It was made using basically the studded front plate bricks going upwards and in a weird design, and everything just kind of fit in together. The guy who designed this, I would hate to see what his dreams are like, because probably to the normal person, he dreams of these Lego techniques that we would find to be a nightmare for us normal folk, because this thing is a wicked box of techniques. But like I said, it just kept going and going and going. And then it got to my mind like, how freaking big is this damn thing? The other one was like 1,300 pieces. This thing's got to be more than that. 2,207 pieces. I know I said it at the beginning of this video, but here it is again. So that got me thinking. I ended up going through and writing down every list of vehicles that I have and do not have, and their sizes. Starting off with the advanced models in 08, the Stud Bug Beetle, 1626. In 2011, the T1, this guy right here, 1,334. And it shows. There's a lot of good detail in that set. Then we go into Creator Expert vehicles. In 2014, the Mini Cooper, 1,077. The one I don't have is the Ferrari F40, 1,158. Then we go to 2016, the Volkswagen Beetle, 1,167. To the 2017, the London Bus, 1,686. That's getting close, but again, that's a freaking bus. 2018, the 007 Aston Martin, 1,290. Again, that's kind of getting up there, but it had a lot of functions. The 2019 Mustang, 1,471. 2019 Harley, 1,023. 2020 Fiat Yellow and 2021 Fiat Blue, 960. And then I go down to the icons where we start with this. The T2 camper van, 2,207. Pickup truck, 1,677. The pickup truck had a lot of extra stuff tacked onto it, if you guys know. The 2021 Porsche 911, 1,458. The 2022 Vespa, 1,106. 2022 Camaro, 1,456. 2023 Land Rover, 2,336. The 2023 Corvette, 1,210. The 2024 McLaren MP4, 693. And then the upcoming Countach is going to be 1,506. So then I took all of that data and I made a top 3, looking for the ones that start with 2s. But before I did that, I did add 2 other vehicles. the 2020 Ecto 1 with 2,352 pieces, and the Time Machine from 2022 with 1,872 pieces. Making our top three, with Land Rover coming in at number 1 with 2,336 pieces, Ecto 1 coming in at 2,352 pieces, and then the T2 camper van coming in at 2,207 pieces. What I'm trying to get at here, everybody, is this build felt like it just went on forever. And that's because I've been building so many of these cars that are on this list. I'm only missing, I think, 3, counting the Lamborghini coming out next month. But they are all around 1,000 to 1,300 pieces. So to go from being used to working on that to now working on a 22 that's up there with the Defender, which I did last March, and the Ecto 1, which I did 2-3 years ago, well, that's why it seemed like it was so much. So in a way, I really like that list and that amount of data, because it made me realize that just the degree of how vastly these vehicles, go up in, piece counts and stuff. But it also shows the top 3, which I could not get a direct list of. Now, it's kind of funny when you think about it. There's no icons or advanced models that even come close to the 2,000. And with Creator Expert, there isn't any at all. And then we go into the icons lineup, and that's when we start crossing over 2,000 pieces. And we have the Defender, and we have this. Then we have the bonus one of the Ecto 1 being all over 2,000. So that's just a little bit of nerdy math for you guys. I don't know if you guys ever sat down and really put the math together on what some of the bigger icons vehicles actually are, and I just did for you guys. So in case you ever were wondering, you're welcome. That really makes this one special because they really came in kicking off the icons, the rebranded version of Creator Expert. They really kicked it off really good with this one. There is a reason that this model does sit on the retired market for around 180 to 220. It does have a high piece count, and it is one hell of a freaking build. Like, this was the first vehicle in a long time that I put together that was just a normal freaking vehicle that was just like, how is this going together? I don't understand how any of this is going to make a vehicle. And then finally, by the time you get over halfway there, you finally start to see it taking shape, and you're like, oh, okay, now I know this is going to go here, and this is going to go there, and ta-da! This is definitely worth the time if you're collecting these vehicles. I would have to say, out of all the ones that I've gone back and I've built as a retired set and trying to get my collection up to date, this one has to be the best value for the money and for the experience. This one is just up there, guys. This one's slept on. I mean, I know it's a camper van. It's not as hot as a Ferrari F40 or, Lamborghini Countach coming out. I get it, but when it comes to Lego, I feel like we all need a really good building experience and to be engaged with our builds and to not really know how our builds are going to go, just to get there and see it at the end without expecting anything. I feel like that's a really good thing to have with Lego, and this definitely had that for me. So with that, guys, that does it for today's video. If you guys want to support the channel, there's 2 ways to do so. There's a thank you button right down below your screen. If you guys click that, you guys can donate and help the Lego channel. If that's not really your thing, you guys can just hit the subscribe button to follow along with everything that we're doing here. We got some really interesting videos coming up in July because, well, we don't have anything to film in July, and we got to find something to film about, and I got stuff, I think. And it's not building and reviewing sets. It's doing other things with Lego. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and follow along with all of that stuff that may or may not be coming, but it's definitely in the brain being written off the top of my head. If you guys don't know, I write all my videos in my shower, in my head. Then I come out here and do it. As usual, like and share the video with your friends. Comment your thoughts down below. Up next on the channel, well, I don't know because I don't know how I'm going to kick off the month of July. So be sure to subscribe and see what we're going to be up to on the first of the month. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all have an excellent rest of your day.